Hey guys, it's me, Meachy. It is time for Simple Pleasures. Today's Wednesday, so let's do it. So I was concerned about getting this done in time for, or just done today, because the day is almost ending, and I typically do these when I get off work. I don't have a list of simple pleasures and then I run through them and just do one. I try to let my life teach me or show me or expose what the simple pleasure is. And today was a rough day at work. So, you know, when you're having a crazy day or a rough day, you don't always see the positive things in the situation. Sometimes it's hard, it's a little cloudy, it's a little convoluted. But I prayed about it and I was like, Lord, I need something because life is good, but I need you to help me to see what simple pleasure I'm pulling from what's happened over the last week, just in general. So here it is. And he's so good because he gave it to me. There's a couple things I want to talk about this week. One of them is this. One of my simple pleasures is my friendship with true friends. And when I say that, I mean, there are people that I have in my life that I don't see every day. A lot of them live in other states. They live in other cities in Texas, and I don't see them. And some of them actually live in Dallas, but we don't get a chance to hang out the way that we normally would if we lived closer because life happens. But what I love about them is the fact that we can pick up right where we left off. And it's not like we've been apart. I have a friend that lives in Oklahoma, and she called me tonight and we talked about, she mentioned some of the stuff we did when we were, younger. And she's like, Meachy, we've been through a lot. And I was like, yes. And just having that conversation and remembering the friendship and the things that we experience and watching each other grow, that's amazing. The same thing goes for my friends that are here in Dallas that I don't see very often, and how we just pick up right where we left off. So my friend that's out of town, I don't see her all the time, but we can talk like we have not missed a beat. We might not talk for like 4 or 5 months. Then all of a sudden one of us will call and we just pick right up. So I think that's cool. That's a simple pleasure for me because I can be myself and be comfortable, and we don't have that awkward silence. It's never that awkward silence. If anything, we're talking over each other. We're fighting to get a word in because we're just excited to talk to one another. And it doesn't feel like we're just catching up. It's just everyday conversation. So that for me is a simple pleasure. What about you guys? Do you have a friend or someone that you went to school with, or just somebody that you say, you know what, that's my person that I can relate to in this aspect or this portion of simple pleasures? Somebody that you can say, you know what, that's my homeboy. We don't talk all the time, but when I see him or when we get together, we just pick it right up. That's a blessing. That for me is a simple pleasure because there's so many people that don't even have a friend that they can call a friend, or even family that they can call a friend. So that's one of them. The other thing is this. I realized today, in the midst of my day being crazy at work, that there are so many people, this is another simple pleasure for me, that are work co-workers, but they're more like friends and family. It's weird because, you have your family and then you have your friends that you just kick it with and you hang with. But then there are people that you work with that just delight your heart, and you see them and they make you smile. And sometimes we need that. There's a young lady that experienced some bad news today, and all the people that were hugging her and loving on her, we need that. I work with people that make me laugh, that make me smile. There's a guy every morning when I come in, and he always says, Meachy, Meach. And he says, how you doing today, babe? That's what he says. And I say, I'm good. He asks me every day, and I thank you for that. You're my simple pleasure. Thank you, Reggie. There's a gentleman that, he's beat the odds and has become very fit, and he's on his fitness journey, and he's been such a huge inspiration. He makes me want to run these White Rock marathons and do all of these 5Ks. Thank you so much. You know who you are. I don't want to say your name because I don't want you, because I know how you are. You're modest. But thank you. You are my simple pleasure. People that stop me and say, Meachy, how are you doing today? And I say, I'm good, or I'm not good, or they really mean it. Some people ask you how you doing and they just keep going. But then there's some people like, are you good? You good? There's a gentleman that I work with every day that says, Meach, on a scale of 1 to 10, where we at, baby? Every day. Every day. So thank you. It's just nice to have those type of people that make you laugh, because work is not always easy and sometimes it can be stressful. I'm grateful for my job, but we have hard days some days, and we can all relate to one another, and we come together like friends and family. Not all the time, but most of the time. So I've met some really beautiful people where I currently work at, and I'm grateful for them. I really am. So a lot of you guys are my simple pleasure and you don't know it. Thank you for making me smile. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for asking me how I'm doing. Thank you for when I take a vacation day, you text me and say, well, I don't know about this one. Where you at? Don't ask me that. Okay, I'm off, okay? But I get it. You're like, where you at? Are you okay? Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because, you know, there are some people that don't have anyone that cares for them at all. So I want to tell you thank you. Thank you to that person that comes to me every weekend and tells me what they went to have for dinner. You know who you are. And I always say, what'd you eat this weekend? And it's always something good. And then he tells me some crazy story and I stop being mad about my day or frustrated with my day and I laugh and I say, thank you for making me laugh. And he says, my job is done, and he walks off. You know who you are, talking crazy to people. But I love you. So anyway, those are some of my simple pleasures. What about you guys? Do you guys have people that you work with that are in the crux or in the trenches with you and you can look over and say, I know you have my back, or it's good to know you, you're good people? Yeah, I work with quite a few good people. So thank you for your time. You guys have a good one. Bye.